Hello and welcome to the Boys Upstairs show. Today I'm joined by three esteemed guests. We have Sean, we have Cam,
Yeah.
and we have fashion expert Nadia Poncy. So today, Nadia, would you like to tell us what we're going to be talking about?
Alright, so we're going through my top 5 picks for what I think are the best NBA jerseys and my least favorite 5 from this season.
Alright, so Sean and Cam and myself will comment on Nadia's picks. We have not seen them yet, so we're very excited to see.
So of course, up first we have the LA Lakers, and it's kind of different from their usual take on like the purple and yellow, but I actually really appreciated it because when I think Los Angeles, I think of the cursive letters, and it really is like an entourage to the city itself, and I just love the colors and how it stood out. And I just thought it was like different, but a good different, and that when you see it, you can still see like the Lakers, but it's like a different takeaway. I really like this one. Anyone else? I don't know. There's not much.
You have any thoughts on these jerseys, Cam?
They're good jerseys all around. It's different.
They used to wear these back in the day. They were a throwback.
Yeah.
So.
I mess with it.
Alright, then we got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, so this one's a dedication to, as you know, Cleveland has the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So this one's dedicated to all the rock stars, and as a rock and roll fan myself, I really like this one, especially the lettering. I'm a huge fan of like black jerseys. I think they just stand out the most, and I really like that it's just like the solid black plus like the highlight colors on the side. But it's really the lettering that like spoke to me the most, and also just the dedication to rock. Like Cleveland Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it's the best.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start off on these ones. So, I like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame dedication idea. That's cool. These jerseys are ugly. They are terrible.
What the hell? I like
everything
the
you just said. I disagree with. The lettering looks terrible. That's not intimidating at all. If you step on the court, and especially because the Cavs suck, but seeing this jersey is like, okay, they're not good. Like
It's ugly as hell.
No good team is gonna wear
They
these
have
jerseys.
no thought put into it.
These jerseys make them worse.
I really like it, like the simplicity and just the lettering standing out. Like
it's
this
not
just,
simple.
Like,
All the letters are different fonts.
It's
throws
like,
you off.
But I like how it's just the like the black tone, and then that just like pops out. Like I really like this one. This one was one of my favorites too.
Sean, did you have anything to say about these? You like them? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
They're not awful, but
I
I
think they're
really like
basic.
them.
I wouldn't put them in my
Like, they're
top
not very
five.
creative. They were just like, alright,
I
let's
don't
just
know,
throw some
I
rock and
really
roll
like
letters
this
on these
one.
black jerseys.
Alright, so now we got Phoenix. So, I initially, when I first looked at it, was like kind of repulsed by it, but then it really grew on me because in comparison to like everyone else's, I thought this was definitely one of the more different ones, and I think it really paid off because I really like the like gradient they have going there, and this one was like for like dedicated to like the valley in itself where they play, and I just thought the colors really like captured that. And like if you were watching basketball on TV and you saw that uniform, like you'd immediately know what like team it is because it's so like unique.
I like these jerseys. I think the colors they're different. They're beautiful.
It grows on you because I initially did not like it. It reminded me of like a yearbook from 8th grade, but now I really like it.
Cute jersey.
Sean, don't you have this jersey?
I do. I
You
have.
do?
Yeah.
Whose jersey is it?
So do you like it then?
You have Booker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one.
I like it.
Yeah, no, I think this might be the best jersey this year, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, there's no complaints out of me on these ones. Let's go to the next one here.
Alright, now you got the Charlotte Hornets. So, I love their team's colors because I just like the purple and the blue and the white. I think it's just like really stands out. But I was really kind of disappointed by these jerseys because once again the pinstripes. I'm not a huge fan of pinstripes. First and foremost, I just don't associate basketball with pinstripes. I know a lot of basketball teams out there have had them in previous years, and a few teams brought them back this year, but it just reminds me so much of baseball, and like I just thought this was pretty boring. Like I know you guys thought Cleveland was boring, but I just somehow when I first saw this, it just didn't stand out to me, and I thought they could have had more fun with the colors, but they
Wait.
really just kept it simple.
Isn't this like your good list?
Oh, no, this one's.
This is the start of the bad.
This is the start of the
It's
bad.
top 5 best and top
I
5 worst.
Yeah,
We did 5 already.
I think so.
I hope.
Let's do
Sean,
this one.
Sean, wake up.
I mean, maybe. I think. I
Maybe.
mean, to be honest, these are terrible. I like the baby blue or like
I
teal.
like them.
I like them.
No.
I think they look
No,
good.
they
Thank
could
you,
have
Cam.
not as good as they
You
as
can't
they
say
have
you
been.
dislike those and then like the Cleveland ones.
No,
I saw I
because
don't like the Cleveland ones.
I personally like the Cleveland
Oh.
ones because of like the lettering and everything, and I know you guys
The
don't
lettering
like
is
that.
the worst part
lettering
of the Cleveland
itself
ones.
is like I love
That's
it.
the worst part of the Cleveland ones.
No.
These ones, like, I feel like they just like they have the best colors in the NBA in my opinion, and they
The
just
Charlotte
like,
Hornets.
yeah, and they
Yeah, I
just
love
could have
their
done better
colors.
than this. Like, the old Hornets uniforms, like in the '90s, are so sick, and these are just like, these jerseys aren't that cool.
No, and they were trying to throw it back this year too. I really didn't like it. It was kind of disappointing.
All right.
This is like.
All right.
this
So I
is-
think we switched the
yeah,
last
we
two by
switched
accident.
yeah, it's okay. These two should have been flipped, but it's alright.
I'm
So
gonna wait, Cam.
this
you
one.
bum.
So this one's another tribute jersey, and I have the guy's name pulled up. 1 second. So as I was saying before when we are off camera, this one's dedicated to a guy named Daniel Burnham, and he was the city planner of Chicago. After the Great Chicago Fire burned down like half the city, and so he basically re-encapsulated all the architecture of the city and just basically brought back like the essence of like Chicago life. And I really, this is another thing, like I am big about the lettering, and I really like this one because it's just like stands out, and it just reminds me so much of Chicago, like the whole genre, like everything.
How do you know this shit?
I did my research.
City
I did my
planner?
research. Yeah, city planner. Come on. When I like the Chicago architecture, like that city is known for like architecture and the structures and everything's like just big and like I don't know how to explain. It's like metal and it's like good. It's like better than New York for architecture. I'm a New York City girl at heart. Like this one is cool. I really like the tribute.
I like those jerseys. The front is like it's eye grabbing, I guess. Like
Yeah.
it's like there, but it's not there. It's weird. Like it shines. Like it appeals to the eye, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
So great jerseys all around.
I think these are okay. I think that the lettering's cool, and I like the red and the gold, but I don't like the like trim on the sides. It's just like I guess it's supposed to be like a city grid, maybe. It's the only thing I can think of, but it just looks kind of weird. But yeah, Sean, what are your thoughts? You like them?
They're pretty bland.
All right.
Good take.
So this is
All
back.
right.
This is back to the ones you don't like.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree
So-
with you on this one.
Yeah. So I initially I like their all green uniform, but like this one is their one for like home, and I really don't like it. Like so when I was looking like into it a bit more, basically it's supposed to capture like there's like banners in their stadium, and like the jerseys replicate that, but it's just so boring. Like I don't know, like it just reminds me of like Comic Sans MS, like the traditional
Yeah,
lettering, like the
it's-
most
yeah.
basic. It's just not
I agree.
good.
Yeah,
It's
it
just
looks like a
ugly.
practice jersey or like a
Yeah.
G League combine jersey or something. Like it's
I
just
like it.
it's very
No.
boring. I think the Celtics have like just a historically great jersey, and these are just like a boring modern take on them kind
And
of.
like the Celtics, I think like not many teams have like the green going on for them. As when I was like doing the research on this, I think they could have just gone more ham with that, because like that really does bring out the Celtics. But this is just boring.
Yeah, I agree. All right, I disagree on these.
You do? So this is Miami Heat, the like trophy gold or trophy yellow jersey. I did not like it. So I remember walking downstairs and Calvin had this game on.
Who's
And-
Calvin?
Calvin, my little brother, he's an avid basketball fan. Coming downstairs and be like, who is that? Calvin's like, that's the Heat. That's their like limited edition jerseys. I was just disgusted because that's not. I didn't like it. The yellow. It wasn't even like gold. I know they're going for that trophy gold, but it's really just a weird yellow. And I think I don't know. I did not like it, especially coming off from like their Miami Vice uniform from 2 years ago, a year ago. I really like those jerseys. Those are like some of my all-time favorite. And then they had like this is their limited edition. It just was like so anticlimactic.
So there's two
Not
points to
good.
be made on these jerseys. First off, teams that don't have a rich historic history don't really have as much rules when it comes to having to stay standards what they know because of their fans' loyalty towards the history of the team. The Heat are a mediocre franchise in terms of history. Right now they're decent, but how many finals they have? 3 total? Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
It's more than the Sixers.
Most of the time they're not a good team. The Sixers only have 3, but their history is spread out over time from Wilt
AI?
to AI to Embiid to Barkley,
The Heat only
Dr.
really got
J.
big from LeBron. Just gonna put that out.
Bol. No, the Heat were big with D-Wade. D-Wade's the best player in Heat history.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade was good.
But I would say that these jerseys, the second point is they look like Pittsburgh colors, which I'm partial to. I think that black and gold just looks sweet no matter what.
I don't like them. I
Yeah,
think,
Cam.
As a fake Heat fan yourself.
I guess. But I think the jerseys are, like, stupid. They're not creative. Like, they just thought trophy go and slap a yellow that's not even trophy colored yellow. Like,
Yeah, I agree. They're like cheese.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
onto it. They're like cheese balls running around.
No, they're
It's
like
just-
that cheese in a can.
Exactly. They just slapped it on the shorts and the jersey. Like and then put heat on it and black.
Where you get cheese in a can?
Yeah, that's a thing. It's disgusting.
All right.
Like those jerseys.
All right, here we go. Pelicans.
Okay, so this one's supposed to be like the New Orleans flag.
What was that?
New Orleans flag. Sorry, I'm a little congested.
Nadia's battling an illness right
I'm
now.
battling an illness right now. Yep. Sound a little off. I really did not like this one. I know that it's different and it's like supposed to represent the city of New Orleans, like New Orleans or however you want to say it. I like really just off the bat, first take was just like, what the hell? It looks like they're trying to be like knights or something, and they're the Pelicans. Like I didn't like it. Like there's not more. There's not much to it. Just simply the fact that as soon as I saw it, I was not really appreciative of
Yeah, I
it.
mean,
I agree.
I don't like them. I don't like it. I think it would have been a little better. And I don't know if there's like 3 of these. I don't even know what the symbol's called, like on the flag or whatever. So that's why. But if they just had like one big one of those, like above the numbers,
Yeah.
that still wouldn't be good. But that'd be a little better, I think.
The 3 are on the flag for New Orleans.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
that
like,
makes
it's
sense.
exactly like
I don't know. It's just kind of ugly.
yeah.
Like,
If they changed it up a bit, yeah, but they basically just took the flag and were like, there we go,
yeah.
we did something.
All right. Here you go.
Okay, Orlando Magic. So, big team back when I was in elementary school. I used to love the Magic. But these jerseys, again with the pinstripes and just the orange, like, I love the color orange. Like, I think it's just such a good, like, staple color. It's vibrant. But but this orange is just ugly. Like, it's like Cheeto orange. I didn't really like it. And then the dedication to this one was like for the Florida Oranges. Yeah, we're from Florida. Like, we're known for our oranges, whatnot. But like, they could have had a little bit a better backstory to it, like being like, oh, how the orange groves like a few years ago suffered from that huge disease and we like lost half the crop. But they're just like, yeah, oranges. Let's go for it. Orlando Magic, like boom. And I just thought it was kind of ugly. They could have done more.
I disagree about the backstory thing. I think the orange thing is cool and like funny kind of, because it's so like basic. I do think the jerseys aren't good though. I like think that if they had like an orange jersey with like white font, I think that'd be cooler.
Exactly.
I don't really like the pinstripes on here either. Yeah, I mean like the Magic have like cool branding and they already have like a Mickey Mouse one kind of, but I don't know. I mean. These are definitely not the best, Cam.
Yeah, those are terrible. I don't think they're the worst. We've definitely seen uglier jerseys. But
Oh yeah, for sure.
the dedication is stupid. I don't think they...
You don't like orange juice?
No, I love orange juice. Orange juice is like essential to life. But to dedicate it for a jersey, I think it's stupid.
Okay.
But all around, the jerseys are still mediocre at best or at worst. And they
Okay.
get the job done.
All right, so now you didn't know I was going to do this. These are just, I'm going to go through pretty quickly my top 5, top worst.
Okay.
So they're not in order, but these are the Lakers white versions of the the blue ones,
Why do
and
you
it's
hate
like a
those?
tribute to
You hate
Minneapolis.
those?
No, these are the ones I
Oh,
like.
okay.
I like those too. They're like
Yeah, no, this is one of my favorites.
classic.
Yeah. So yeah, these are just sick. Next, the Oregon tribute ones for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, those are.
These are brown, and the sides are really cool. You can't see in this picture, which is my fault, but this picture's just kind of sick, so I used this one.
Do you have Oakland on there?
What do you mean?
Oakland.
Oh,
On there?
no, I don't. I thought you meant on these, and like it says
No.
Oregon. But no, these are sweet. And Dame with the red shooting sleeve also just looks sweet with it. Trailblazers have a lot of cool jerseys. But these are the Houston Rockets ones that are baby blue.
This was also one of my favorite. These are really cool because from last year, like I think they had like a darker blue, but I really like the baby blue.
Yeah,
Like,
these are
it's
sweet.
just- yeah, it really stands out.
It reminds me of the Houston Oilers back in the day, which I think might be the inspiration. I'm not sure, but I would assume. And like just baby blue is my favorite color, and so I'm a little bit partial towards them, but I just love it. And I think that John Wall especially looked super sweet when he was wearing these with the Grinches. James Harden, this is when he was trying to get traded, so he like wore like a fat suit when he was playing, so he looks obese in this picture. But these are awesome jerseys. Next we have the Utah Jazz. These ones and the court design that they have when they play with these at home, it's just like a big like cut out of the state of Utah with like the same color gradient, and I just think it's so cool. And they have them on the shorts as well, the Utah logo. I don't really know why these colors. I guess because it's kind of like desert vibes a little bit, but I think these are cool. Do you like these, Cam?
Yeah, those are some nice jerseys.
You like these, Sean?
I mess with the court too.
I actually really like those. Those were one of my could be, but I left them out.
Just missed the cut.
Yeah.
These are dope. These are the Nets ones from this year. They used to wear these back in the day as well. And I just think that again, baby blue, but I think that the lettering and the font is really cool, and the logo on the shorts. And I like throwbacks, so I think these are cool.
Those are some dope jerseys. They
You
got
like
like a
'em?
little like, it's like a mix of baby blue and dark blue.
Yeah.
Shades of it.
It's like a royal blue.
It's kind of tie-dye-ish also. So these are the same ones Nadia had. I just thought this picture was cooler. But like these jerseys and these ones you can see the shorts better too. Like
Yeah,
I just think they're dope. So yeah, and like just the whole like you can kind of see like the cactuses and stuff like on the bottom of the gradient there on the jersey, and that just looks cool. So now we're gonna get into my top 5 worst. These are so bad.
That's terrible.
I don't like the Celtics, so that doesn't really help. But just like dark green on like lime green is just a bad look. And again, the Celtics have like a great history of
No, they don't.
good jerseys.
I think they do.
I think they do. I think they might be like the most
If they
classic,
had better
other than the
jerseys
Lakers.
in the recent years, they could have won more games, hands down.
Yeah, I agree. I think they've underperformed as a team and in the jersey department. And these were like my top 5 and Nadia's top 5 both had the Celtics 2 alternate jerseys from this year, so that's bad if both of your alternate jerseys are on here. I have the Thunders. These are gross. I don't know why, Cam. I had to put these on there for you as a Thunder fan.
Yeah, that's ugly.
Yeah, those.
I mean, I understand that you guys are trying to lose right now, but that doesn't mean you have to look bad while trying to lose.
I mean, it's Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, when KD and Russ were there with like the dark blue jerseys that said like
Yeah, it was-
Oklahoma City on, like those were sick.
Yeah. We took a downfall.
You guys just gave up all
did.
around.
We're in the rebuilding process. We'll get back together.
I guarantee you guys are gonna get rid of Shy too.
No,
just
we're
'cause
not. We have
He's
no
too
reason
good
to.
for you to win.
He's
Like
our
that's what we
future.
did. MCW won Rookie of the Year, and then we traded him the next year. It's like, what are we trying to do here?
It's
but-
because you're the Sixers.
And then I have these on here. This might be a hot take for a lot of people around the area here, but I hate these jerseys. They look like bad AAU team jerseys. They just don't look like NBA jerseys. And when they do the half pink, half blue court, when they wear them, it's just like, I don't know.
So
It just doesn't look good to me.
Look at 2K my team.
I really like the ones that they wore the year before this year. They were all pink, all blue, and all black with the Vice colors. But when they try to mix them together, I just don't think it looks professional, honestly. And so these got on my not top 5. And then we also have the all blue Milwaukee ones. They wore these a couple games ago, I think. I just don't like them at all. It's they said that the reasoning for why they have an all blue jersey is because apparently Milwaukee means a place where people gather by the lake or something like that, something along those lines, and so that's why it's blue. I just don't think it looks good. Doesn't look like the Bucks, and yeah, there's really no reason. And then unfortunately we have the Sixers. These jerseys are so bad. I do have one just because I wanted to get one, but I mean, it just, like, there are so many cooler things you could do with the Sixers name, branding, history, colors. Like, these are just so bad. It, like, looks like they gave, like, a group of kindergartners, like, a chance to make a jersey, and this was the best one. Like, it's really just a big bell with numbers in front of it. Whatever we have to do to get the Sixers to bring back the 2000, 2001 jerseys that AI wore, like, please do it. Like, these are so bad. And these are the ones that we, like, were awarded for making the playoffs the previous year. Like, they do that for all the teams to make the playoffs. You get an extra one. These were we were gifted, and they're so bad, unfortunately. So, yeah, that concludes our top 5.
Now it's time for my
jerseys.
top 5. Seamus? Seamus? Do you not have mine? Okay.
We don't have Sean's top 5.
You never told me.
Irrelevant.
Very relevant.
What's your favorite jersey you can think of off the top of your head in the NBA right now?
I don't know. Next.
Can you film her walking out of there? 'Cause
Yeah,
they've never seen, like,
the door's on screen.
like how you've gotten out.
Okay.
Sit, like, all right, wait, is this still on camera?
It's still
All right,
right.
sit back
All
down
right.
because I was talking.
See you later.
Alright, okay.
She just leaves.
Yeah.
Alright. Peace, guys. Glad to be the first girl on the boys upstairs.
Yep.
Oh,
Inclusion.
yeah.
How do I get out of here?
You gotta.
Do I unlock it?
There's a
Twist
key.
it and then push forward.
I never
Twist it to the
locked
left.
it.
Oh my god. I think I jumped.
Twist it. Twist it all the way to the left.
It is. Okay.
Push.
I feel like I'm
You
gonna
didn't put. You didn't twist it all the way to the left.
I'm leaving this all in.
Okay. Perfect. Sean's having some difficulty too. Alright, guys.
We've opened the door.
We did it.
Bye.
Thanks for having me.
All right, see ya.
Yeah, for his YouTube channel.
All right. You ready?
So,
Cause I'm sick of
Is
you,
it off?
Sean. You're making me upset.
it's on. It's ready.
And if I gotta scream at you to
It's
fix
off.
the problem, then so
I
be
turned
it,
it
Sean.
Blast off.
All right. So now we're gonna talk about Damian Lillard and his trade rumors that have been going around, Cam. So apparently he's unhappy with the way the offseason's gone so far, and he wasn't thrilled, I guess. Although the thing that I'm confused about is apparently he gave the Blazers 2 names, and it was Jason Kidd and Chauncey Billups to be the next head coach, and they hired Chauncey Billups. So I'm a little confused as to why they or he's mad that they hired Chauncey Billups. I guess it's just the fact that he doesn't feel like they can build a real contender in Portland because not a lot of guys want to play there. And he's been loyal for the last, I guess, 10 years, I think it's been. And he's one of my favorite players in the NBA and has been for a while. When I was confirmed in 8th grade, which was, I guess, 2014, when you're Catholic, you choose a saint name, and I picked Saint Damian solely because he was my favorite player by far at the time, which is a little embarrassing at this point to say because I am a grown man now. But yeah, I mean, I really used to like him. I still like him. When I was playing AAU, I played in his shoes, which are ugly, and I just wear them anyway. But I don't know. I think that he had apparently today. He said I think Brian Windhorst reported that the rumors might be a little bit more inflated than people think, and that he hasn't requested a trade, and he doesn't expect at this point that he will. But yesterday it was conflicting and said that he's about to request a trade, and things trending were like Sixers and Ben Simmons, and apparently the Sixers have the best offer out there right now, and apparently the Blazers, if they had to choose between the Ben Simmons package from the Sixers and the Brandon Ingram package from the Pelicans, they would rather have the Ben Simmons one. So, very exciting news here, Cam, potentially for the Sixers fans. Even though we love Ben, And if this deal doesn't happen, then we want Ben to stay and, lead us or, lead them. But I think that if Dame were to go somewhere, I think the Sixers would be the best team for him to go to. Other possible teams are like the Knicks and maybe the Celtics, but they would have to trade Jaylen Brown. I don't know what the Knicks would give up. And to be honest, if he went to the Knicks, I don't think he'd have that much better of a chance of getting to the finals than if he stayed in Portland. If he went to the Sixers, though, I think we would be the favorites in the East, personally.
Please.
Maybe the Nets, but apparently the Nets are going to trade Kyrie, so you never know. I don't know, Cam. What are your thoughts on this situation?
I don't think the Blazers would trade you guys Damian Lillard for Ben Simmons solely because Ben Simmons sucks.
It would be, just to clarify, it would be a package of Ben Simmons, who is 24, three-time All-Star, first-team All-Defense, Tyrese Maxey, who is 20 and on his rookie contract and is looked at by a lot of people as like an up-and-coming star, and then probably 2 first-round picks, maybe 1 and a 2, but probably 2 first-round picks in 2021 and 2023 or 2027. And I think that if I was the Blazers GM, you're not going to win the finals right now. You weren't able to beat the Warriors dynasty, obviously, and then this season there isn't really a juggernaut left in the NBA. Like, this is kind of like the year a couple of years ago when the Raptors won it. It's like it's going to be like a team that's like not a perennial like contender. So the fact that the Blazers lost in the first round in a year like that kind of just shows that they're not going to build a championship team there. So they might as well build for the future. Ben's 24, Tyrese is 20, and then picks. So that would be smart in my opinion, and I would do that over the Brandon Ingram package because Brandon Ingram's older, and honestly I think Ben has more potential if he can get a shot, and he's way better defender. So if you just think about it from the Trailblazers perspective of having to basically rebuild at this point, or Dame will just play out his contract and then leave.
I don't think you're gonna get Dame. I doubt that he's gonna get. I don't even think he's gonna get traded. I think he's gonna stay in Portland. But if he does get traded, I don't think they would. If they want to win a championship, if they're trying to win a championship, with like C.J. McCollum, I think
that if they trade Dame, they'd probably.
If they trade Dame, it's over. But like
they're gonna blow it up if they trade Dame.
Portland is also like a superstar, like one more superstar away from.
Are they though?
Contention.
Who's gonna want to go to Portland?
That's another issue, but like
that's the issue. That's been the issue forever.
Not necessarily. They just never tried to or had the opportunity, I guess, to go and get a Kevin Durant or some shit. And I feel like if they get one more good superstar, if Ben was to go to the Blazers, and they keep Dame, they would be.
That wouldn't happen.
I know it wouldn't happen, but that would be.
It would have to be these two for each other.
But even if it wasn't Ben, because once again, Ben is mediocre.
But here's the thing: if you're the Blazers, and you trade for that package, then you have Maxey, a point guard, who's 20 years old. So he'll be the point guard for the next 15 years. And he's cheap right now. And then you have, I think they would move Ben to forward. I think that no matter what, he's probably going to get moved to forward, even if he stays with the Sixers. And then you just build around that. I mean, I would assume they'd keep CJ at first to kind of mentor Maxey and then maybe trade him at the deadline or at the end of next year. And then you have some younger guys that you can build around. And then you can compete in a couple of years. Kind of like the Sixers had to do with the whole process. Realized at that time that the best teams in the NBA were too good for us to compete with Drew Holiday and Andre Iguodala. So trade everybody away and hopefully contend in a couple of years. So I think the Blazers are kind of realizing that they might have to do that. And I think Dame's kind of leading the charge, saying that it's time. So
would you not want anyone else, though, besides Dame? What if Kyrie wanted to go to Philly?
I would 100% rather take Damian Lillard over Kyrie. What the Sixers need right now, Cam, and what Jimmy Butler provided, and which we don't have at the moment, is a closer. And there is no better closer in the game right now than Damian Lillard, and maybe ever. We also need a real point guard. Not saying that Ben isn't a good player. I just think that
He's not.
He's a natural forward, I would say. In my eyes, I think that we're trying to use him in the wrong ways, which doesn't help him. It doesn't help the team. So I think he's a forward. But we need a real point guard because when we got into that end of the playoff series against the Hawks, we were just running pick and roll with Joel and Steph, and then Tobias would occasionally just go ISO, and that's not a real offense. You need a real point guard that can set up people and be involved in scoring, which Ben was not. So let's go into some potential trades. So Kendrick Perkins reported that the Timberwolves are one of the main teams that want Ben Simmons, and apparently the quote is they want him, quote, badly. So this is a potential offer that people are talking about. It would be Ben Simmons and George Hill for salary cap reasons, and then D'Angelo Russell and Malik Beasley coming back to Philadelphia. Personally, I would not do this trade if I was the Sixers. Cam, what are your thoughts on this trade?
I think it's a good trade, but
For who?
both teams. You could possibly get more value out of Ben if the Blazers don't want to go with the Dame trade. But then again, you can, if you can keep Maxey and Matisse and then get D'Angelo Russell, I feel like that would be the better trade than just getting Dame and then Joel and having no one else to come off the bench. LeBron and George Hill and Seth Curry to be
Seth Curry's a starter.
I know, but to be the only two other assets besides
Tobias.
I guess. But once again, we seen what Tobias was doing in the playoffs. So,
I just don't think to be honest, I don't think D'Angelo Russell, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid are good enough to beat a healthy Nets team. Just hypothetically, if they're all healthy next year, which you would hope.
D'Angelo Russell will produce more than Ben did, though. Which would
maybe
make
in
the
that
team
series, but over the course of the year, Ben played awesome. There was no reason to think that we were going to trade Ben up until the last playoff series. It's just that he completely collapsed.
I wouldn't
in that
say
series.
that.
From your perspective, we're the number one team in the East, and we gentlemen swept the Wizards, and then it looked good, and then we blew Game 5, and then after that, team collapsed. So I don't know if this trade makes us better. I think that Ben has a lot more potential to get better than D'Lo. D'Lo also is a snitch, so that's not going to go over well in the city. Malik Beasley is a good player, but it's just that Maxey, Malik Beasley. I don't know. Seth can't play small forward. I don't know if Malik Beasley can, but then Matisse, I don't know. It just would be hard to build a lineup. I don't think this is a good trade. Sean, what are your thoughts on this trade?
Sucks.
Yeah, I don't like this move. All right, let's go to the next one. So this one's pretty complex. So this would be a 3-team deal, which has been circulating a little bit. So basically, the Sixers would be trading Ben Simmons, Matisse Thybulle, a first-round pick this year, a second-round pick this year, and in return, we would be getting Ish Smith and Bradley Beal, and the Wizards would be losing those two and gaining Kelly Oubre, Jordan Poole, Matisse Thybulle, James Wiseman, the picks from the Sixers, and a first-rounder from the Warriors, and the Warriors would be getting Ben Simmons. So this is a 3-team deal, and honestly, I wouldn't be mad at this one. I would be for this one. It sucks that we would have to give up Ben and Matisse because they're just both so good defenders and they're both really young. But I think that the Warriors would do this because they need another guy to try to make a run. And maybe Ben could play well in a power forward role. And there's no one that has created more open threes and more made threes in the NBA than Ben Simmons. And there's no team that has better shooters than Steph and Clay. So that could be honestly a really good move for the Warriors. And Ben wouldn't have to be ball dominant. It would be Steph. So, and then from the Wizards' perspective, they basically would be rebuilding. And Kelly Oubre is very young. Jordan Poole is very young. Matisse very young. James Wiseman was just drafted last year. And then more first-rounders. So I think that this honestly makes sense for everybody. The Sixers get a shooting guard. We would put Maxey at point guard. And then it sucks losing Ben and Matisse. But Bradley Beal's a certified bucket all-star. So I wouldn't be mad at this move. Sean, what are your thoughts on this one?
There's no way that the Sixers could give up 2 top 5 defensive players. That's too much.
I agree. I don't think Bradley Beal is equivalent to Ben and Matisse. Like, he is a certified bucket getter, but, like, don't get me wrong.
He averages 30.
That's
Like,
cool and
he's
all.
going to give you 30. Ben gave us like 4. And Matisse gave us like 4. Obviously, they're really good on defense, and Bradley Beal's not. So we would lose in that category. But I don't know. I mean, we're not good enough right now to win the finals. So something has to change, whether it's just Ben getting better or moving Ben. But I wouldn't be mad at this move. And I think it helps the Wizards and the Warriors really well as well. So then we go to the aforementioned Trailblazers trade, in which the Sixers would be getting Damian Lillard and Robert Covington, who was part of the original process Sixers. And in return would be giving up George Hill, Ben Simmons, Tyrese Maxey, a first-rounder this year, possibly 2 first-rounders, some combination of 2 firsts and a second, or 2 seconds and a first. So I think that this helps both teams if this is the direction the Trailblazers decide to go. It also helps the Sixers because we get another forward, and then obviously Dame. I think that Covington would probably start if we got him. He's a 3-and-D guy, and he's loved in the city of Philly. He was part of the Jimmy Butler trade, and then Jimmy left, so it's kind of sad how he went out. But, getting rid of Maxey and Ben sucks, as we said, but getting Damian Lillard is a franchise-changing move, and it might just have to be what the Trailblazers do at this point if they want to contend in the near future, or in just the future, because they're not good enough to right now. So it makes sense to me, Cam.
It does. I think this is the best trade and would be, like, the most value out of Ben, considering it's Damian Lillard. But it's just the fact that you're losing, like, key bench players, I guess, and, like, key, like, additional assets, I guess. But
So,
Robert Covington does upgrade. Like, he is probably a 3, like, he's 3-and-D, so he would make up for that, I guess.
Yeah, so, like, the reason you'd have to give up George Hill, too, is for salary reasons. Like, Robert Covington's on a $12.9 million deal, and Dame's making $39 a year. So, George Hill's making $10 a year, which honestly is a lot. Probably a lot more than he gave to the team this year. But, I mean, Maxey's on a 3-year, $2.6 million deal. So, like, that's great value for the Trailblazers to have going forward. He's going to be a superstar, I believe, one day. And it's a shame that it had to come to this if it does. But I think this team makes both. I think this trade makes both teams better in the directions they want to go. Sean's shaking his head.
Maxey's the next AI, and Covington's old. So it's basically Ben.
You don't need Covington to hoop, though. You don't need Covington
Sean,
to drop.
Do you think that we're good enough right now to win finals?
I mean, if Ben does what he says he's gonna do and work in the
So
gym
why do
and
you
shit,
think he did it last year?
well, he didn't get a whatchamacallit. He got realized, or I don't know the word.
Hacked?
No, he
You think he's more inspired now?
yeah, he
Please.
got.
I mean, that sounds good, but, like, what if it doesn't work? Then we're in the same position. Like, we're in the same. I hate to say it, but we're in the same position this past offseason. We almost traded him for James Harden. I'm not saying that we should have, but I mean, we're in. Like, if Ben has another bad year, we're not going to get a guy like Dame for him. Like, right now, apparently his value is high because he's very young and very, like, untapped potential. Like, a lot of, like, high IQ, like, basketball guys say that if Ben is able to develop, like, a decent jump shot, he's, like, the next LeBron.
So you think the Sixers organization can't develop that? You think that
They haven't.
I
been a
wish, but,
minute.
I mean, ruin Markelle Fultz. Ben Simmons is 5 years in, can't shoot anything. Like,
Markelle Fultz went from literally not shooting jack shit to shooting threes like money. And Ben Simmons
On
has
the
just
Magic?
got worse
Yeah.
from that point. From the
Yeah,
point
like-
when he fell off a motorcycle to
Sean,
now, he just got worse.
I love Maxey, but Embiid's 27. He's injury prone and he's 7 foot tall. So his career isn't gonna last as long as like a LeBron, who's 37 and can still like play insane and is agile and stuff. Like Embiid's gonna get old quick, and I don't want that to happen, but it's just a reality. And in order to maximize his prime and give us a chance to win the finals, we can't wait for Tyrese 4 more years to get into his prime, and then Embiid's 31. Like Dame is, I think, 30. So, I mean, this is it for like, and Dame wants to win too, so he can cement his legacy. So they'd be both motivated. Dame still gets to be like the guy. He's not like on a super team, and Embiid can play really well with him in the pick and roll, I think. So it makes sense to me. And then Covington is a good role player. So this is the best option for me if I'm the Sixers. But you never know. We'll find out, yeah.
We'll see.
So now let's talk about something else. It was reported that the NFL is going to allow teams to wear one alternate helmet now. This was a rule that used to be a thing up until 2013, and they said teams can only have one helmet. Don't know why they ever made that rule. I think that having alternate helmets when you wear alternate uniforms makes them way cooler. And I'm really excited that the No Fun League is turning into like a much more accepting organization, because they're letting single digits now. Like guys can wear like different numbers than they were allowed to ever before, and now you can wear alternate helmets and you can dance and stuff. So they're doing a lot of cool things, and I think it's good. And it's making the game more fun for everybody, not just the players but the fans too. So I have a couple throwback helmets that I would like to see come back when they are reintroduced. First up, we have the Steelers yellow helmet. I don't want them to bring back this jersey, but I think that if they brought a yellow helmet back into the equation, that'd be dope. Cam, what are your thoughts on this one?
Ugly.
You don't like these?
It's like practice jerseys.
I said not the jerseys. We're talking about helmets.
The helmet doesn't make it better.
But it's just cool because we've never had a yellow helmet. Like, that's sick.
And it's worse because it's Ben.
All right.
Ben sucks.
Sean, do you like these?
Yeah, I'd have to see it with a better jersey, but
Yeah,
the
I agree.
helmet is cool.
So then we have the Kelly Green Eagles throwbacks. These are dope, especially if they wore it with the Kelly Green jerseys. These would be sick, and I hope that they do this because that would look very cool on Devontae Smith.
Yeah, those are dope. I mess with those.
You like them?
Invincible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Invincible. And then this is like a future edit concept of what the Buccaneers throwbacks used to be with the throwback helmet. These are
That's
probably
cold.
these are probably the best helmet ever.
Aren't they like a little like kind of like faded, more faded orange than that? Like
It's like creamsicle.
Yeah.
That's what they're called. I mean, it's like that. I think that's pretty good. That logo is just awesome, especially with those colors. I really hope that they do this. I assume they probably will because people want it to happen. But yeah. Sean, you like these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are
Yeah.
the old Cowboys ones.
Those are kind of ugly.
I disagree. These make me think of like T.O. and this is DeMarco Murray. But the one-star white helmet I think is awesome. I hope they bring these back. I think it would look cool with Zeke and Dak and CeeDee Lamb. So yeah, you like these, Sean?
Yeah, I didn't. I thought those were their regular.
Yeah, they look like the regular. They're just basic. That's the only issue.
If you looked at what the Cowboys' real jerseys are, they don't look like this. The ones they wear now are like kind of like a tealish blue, a little bit like a blue-gray. These are like navy blue.
I guess.
These are awesome. These are like the throwback Falcons red helmet ones. This is like when they wore them as a throwback with Matt Ryan and Tony Gonzalez and Roddy White. But I think if they brought back the old logo, it's like Deion Sanders era red helmet. These would be sweet.
Those are cool.
And then these are the best ones.
Yeah,
in
those
my
are definitely.
opinion.
I was waiting on these to
These
pop up.
need to happen. Like
The Oiler.
the Oilers jerseys, the baby blue with the logo on the helmet is just so cool. Like they need to bring these back, more than any other helmet. And Derrick Henry would just look dope, and Julio. So these are a concept one, just to end it. For the Bengals all white jerseys, they already have this uniform, but if they had the all white helmet too, these would be very cool.
Actual.
They would probably still lose when they wore them,
Sadly.
but they would look cool though.
Shout out to Joe though.
Yeah,
That'd
no,
be
I
dope.
like him. I like him a lot, and he would look cool in this.
Shout out to Joe.
Shout out to Joe though.
Yeah. So that wraps up this episode. Thank you so much for watching, Sean. Thank you for everything you contributed today.
Very.
Cam,
Of course.
as always, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope you're comfy and have a nice night.
Pete.
Oh shit, Trae Young's out for game 4.
Yeah, I just
Could have talked about that.